Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Permit me to make sure that everything is perfect. Okay. Amechipo, you're welcome.
Ekelekwa m gị.
Yes. Ụtụtụ ọma no ehihie ọma anyasị ọma. Madam, you are looking so great. Thank you, Amechipo, the prefect of the class. Kedu? Eji m n'aka na ahụ dị gị. And ke ka ezinụlọ mere. Ama m na ahụ dị onye ọbụla ma echi. All right. So, ụtụtụ ọma na ehihie ọma na anyasị ọma. Ụmụnna anyị ndị na-ele anyị na-ege anyị ntị n'oge awa na ụwa niile ebe dị iche iche. Ọ bụ Oriakụ Linomie with Passion TV ka unu na-anụ olu ya n'oge awa. Na-akpọbatakwa unu n'oge ihe ọmụmụ anyị bụ asụsụ Igbo. Nke onye ndu anyị bụ Maazị Iburaja Solomon na-edu anyị. Nke ndị bekee na-akpọ ya the best teacher in the century, the best teacher in the whole wide world. Ọ bụ na ị na-abịa ihe ọmụmụ anyị, ama m na ijigo anya gị wee fụ na ọ bụ na anyị na-etopịasị ya, mana ọ maka ihe ọ na-eme. Ọtụtụ ndị na-akpọ ya onye dibịa, ọtụtụ ndị a na-akpọkwa ya onye ozi ọma, onye na-agbasa ozi ọma. Ọtụtụ ndị a na-akpọ ihe ọbụla dị iche iche. Solomon onye Amechi Paul na-akpọ ya dibịa. Good evening, Mazi Solomon. How are you doing today, and family? Okay, that is from Amechi Paul. Ọ ga-aza gị mgbe ọ bịa. Queen, good evening, ma. You are welcome. So everyone, you are welcome to today's program. So sorry for those of you who wanted to attend last Sunday's program. I had challenge. My laptop broke. So thank God, when you have a good husband, instead of you to give him gift for his birthday, he's giving you gifts for his birthday. That's only man that I respect and adore. He bought me a brand new, more expensive. I look at myself on the screen and say, hey, this one is better. Thank God the other one broke. So today, I don't want to waste our time. Aga m egbu oge anyị maka ịma na onye ndu anyị, onye nkụzi anyị, ọ na-eme explode. Ịhapụ ya kịta ịnụpụ ọ bụ na ọ gbawa na maka gịnị a na-egbu ya oge. Ịma na anyị bidoro topic ihe ọmụmụ anyị bidoro ụzọ gara aga bụ Nhachi Nwanyi. That is wife inheritance. Ntị kwuru ya adoption. Because amam ka ị ga-esi hachie mmadụ ọ bụ na ime ya adopt. So anyị mụtara ezigbo ihe, nnukwu ihe anyị amaghị na n'izu ụka gara aga. So ọkpọsị m onye ndu ka anyị sikwa etu ahụ na-aga ka continue whereby was last week. So I don't want to waste much of our time. Because obuni ike sabehozioma, obuni basabehozioma, menyegu nkenkoge, just 1 minute, share this, just share today's program. We want people, we want more people. When I look at the subscription, I am impressed, but not very impressed. Because gbasa na ozioma zie n'iku ibe enyi omnne nna zie na onye ọbụla sa na ha bịa na Linomie with passion na anyị na-amụ ihe ndị mmadụ na-anaghị amụ. And tomorrow, please don't forget to join me tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. But on 24th, like I promised everyone, I gonna celebrate Dimo because on Mbasi ncheta ọmụmụ ya bụ July 24. Ọ bụ na itinyebeghị application gị, biko gbalịa tii ya ka m gụọ ka anyị mara ma ọ gị bụ onye kwesịrị inwe ihe nrite ọmụmụ ihe aka nke anyị na-enye na this platform maka ncheta ọmụmụ akpọrọ ya my crown. Mecha Maazị ga-agwa ihe a na-akpọ crown n'Igbo, mana akpọgo m ya n'oyibo ka m si mụta. You know, he's a very handsome guy. Ama m na ụnụ fụrụ ya na egwu ahụ m kụrụ ya, handsome man. So let's celebrate a handsome man. Yes. So without wasting much of our time, Doctor, Bishop, herbalist, it would have been... You're welcome. You know, whenever I see you, I'm so happy. You're welcome to today's.
You're welcome. Onye isi ọkanga ekesa anyanwụ eji m n'aka nọ na-aga nke ọma. Maazị Amechi Paul ekelekwa m gị nke onye chiri ya ezere. Nwa m emegbukala nwa mmadụ, nwa mmadụ emegbukala nwa mmụọ. Ihe nọ n'ime ya bụ egbebere ugobere, mana nke ọbụla si ibe ya bekwana nkwu ya kwa ya, nke ahụ ya kwajie. So I greet you all. Good morning for those of you in diaspora. Good afternoon for those of you in diaspora, and also good evening for those of you in some part of Africa and Nigeria, all over the world. Ebe onye nọ ya nọsi ike, nke onye na-eme ya mesie ike, nke dị mma ọgbọ nke dị njọ, the good ones. Before I go on, please, I want this ministry to be booming. So evangelize. You need a miracle. It happens here. We call it mental miracle, you know. You will be educated, both health-wise and also the other way around, both traditionally or culturally, also to know our custom, even sometimes even to motivate you more, to inspire you. So you need to evangelize. You know, by evangelism. Tell them the good things about Linomie with Passion TV. And you can't afford to miss it, because I would like you to be part of this. You're welcome. Mommy, yeah, he's also my father. You know, I love it whenever a wife is praising the husband. It makes me happy. Even on it to encourage young guys to be getting married so that their wife will be praising them. Yes, because you see, Sarah in the Bible adores the husband Abraham by calling him my Lord, and you always call your husband your Lord, and I love that. I love that. Let me tell you the truth. For those of you who are women watching me live, you see, God, that personality called God, is the God of a man. A man per gender, male. Per gender, male. Then man now becomes a God to a woman. Per gender, why? Oh yes. So that is so. But we're not just saying that women should be worshiping us. Direct your worship to God, but you must accord us that respect. So I give a gift. You know, you enjoy it. Yeah, because I love it whenever, yeah. And any woman that, you see, this will be a topic of another day. Anytime a woman is present, the husband, that woman will call that woman a vicious woman. And that is what the Bible calls that kind of a woman, a vicious woman. So you're a vicious woman. Continue praising him. You see, ihe nwoke ji ebe ogologo ndụ bụ ịnọta nwaanyị dị mma, nwaanyị a mere ma ego ọ dị ma ego ọ dịrọ, eriri adịghị aka n'azụ, isi ya onye nwe m, the man, ọwụ na before you know nwoke eruo 100 years. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's true. I love that. I love that. All right, without wasting much of our time and without much ado, last week we discussed about an important topic that has to do with Nhachi. Why? And that was the topic we discussed last week. And I was able to at least tell us the reason for that and some kinds of danger in practicing that very culture or custom in Igbo land. And some questions were thrown to me, and I was able to clarify us, to tell us why it is ideal and why it is not ideal, why it is ethical and why it is not ethical. And that's just that. And today we are going to the part B of it, which is Nhachi. You know, Nhachi is different from Nhachi 1, you know. Nhachi 1 has to do with when you're trying to take possession of your brother's wife, your late brother's wife. You know, maybe you fancy her, you like her, and maybe as a result of the death of your elder brother, and you decide to take care of the woman by remarrying her, or maybe by the other way around, or you can watching Kuchunwai. But this one is another topic that is similar to that. And why all these things are because of, like I told us, even in the Bible, it was a law. So the kind of a law that God gave them, and I told us that in the Bible, God gave Israel over 600 laws, and that is why we are practicing it today. And those laws which we practice are the reason why some scholars now said that Igbos are the lost tribe of Israel. And they not because they just said it. Through our life, our character, the way we live, the way we talk, how we, do our things, our culture, our tradition, our mentality, everything, speaks about that. And that is it. Then today, we are going to look into this Nhachi 1. This one, I want you to pay attention because in those days, during the days of our forefathers, our ancestors, there was nothing like adoption. There was nothing like an adoption. Adoption, yeah, adoption. There was nothing like that in those days. It was not because it was a sin or a crime, but they see it unethical. They see it as something that is not supposed to happen. And especially like the Igbo tradition, which states that every child, gender now, male or female, are important in the family, but there is one particular gender that is more important than the other one, which is male. And we didn't just wake up and start practicing it. It has been our culture right from time immemorial, right from the days of Abraham, which is our forefathers. And that is why anything they are doing, then they would like God to give them a male child. A female child is a child. They are also important in the society, but a male child is much important, very much important in the family than a female child in Igbo tradition. whether civilization kicks against this very notion or motion, or I don't know, but the truth of the matter is this, that everybody in the sight of God is equal, but there is an exception, a male child. That is why when couple give birth to female children without giving birth to a male child, it becomes a problem to them. It becomes a problem. Our culture cannot be the same with that of the whites. Like in the white culture, as they practice, woman is important, a man is also important. They give them equal rights. And in Yoruba land, a woman is important. A man is, even as a matter of fact, in Yoruba land, if we are not able to give birth to a male child, and it happens that God gave you female children, all true, you have nothing to lose. Was those female children will still inherit your property. But in Igbo land, there is a kind of controversy there, and which, as a matter of fact, every woman in Igbo land tries as much as possible, tries very hard to make sure that she gives birth to a male child. But in Igbo tradition, whereby the family, we are not able to give birth to a male child, but they have female children, and they don't want to adopt a male child. There is something you must do. There's something you must do. So long you have a female children, there's something which the Igbo people practice, and it is our tradition. And this tradition is ideal. But it's true that now, I don't know, religious crisis, a kind of religious teaching, a doctrine now is trying to condemn this very practice, and which I let's assume they don't have a male child, and then when I get 2 minutes, they will have the child. The child becomes part of them. So that is what brings us to Nhachi. Now, what is Nhachi? I will explain it before I then write a short note on the whiteboard for us to pen something down to take home. Nhachi is a practice in Igbo tradition, in Igbo land, whereby couples we are unable to give birth to a male child, they can appoint one of their female children and present that female child or girl to the people, especially to the entire family, and tell them that this female child now will be there in form of a male child, where the girl can, get pregnant from outside, and at least to keep the father's legacy, to make sure that the family survives, even though they don't have a male child, where the girl can go out and get pregnant and be given birth to, children in the father's name, provided the family approve of it. You see, this is Nhachi. Where this kind of thing happens is where there is no male child. Yeah. So that is why we call it Nhachi. I want to pen something down on the whiteboard to help us, so that even if what is Nhachi? So Nhachi is where you can keep your female child to be giving birth to children in your name, so that the family's name will remain. Okay, so that is called Nhachi. And I know that some of you may have some reaction to this very tradition, that it is uncivilized, it is not good, it is good. I know some people must have reactions. So after talking and talking, I'll also be expecting the actions and reactions, and some things some people have to say about this, but it is not bad. It is not bad. So let us spend something down on the whiteboard to help us. Okay? Yeah. Nhachi is a practice in Igbo tradition where a couple or a couple, you may say couple, come together to agree to present, or we are couple who we are unable, let me put it this way so that you will understand it well, who were unable to give birth to a male child, unable to give birth give birth to a male child, agree to keep one of their female children, to keep agree to keep sorry for that agree to keep one of their one of their female children in order to give birth, don't worry, to a male child. So this is the practice. It is Igbo tradition. So that nwata nwaanyị ahụ ya tụkata ime by providence ya mụta nwa nwoke. So some people may think this is not barbarical. Okay? It is our tradition. And that is why we are teaching it. And it is still in practice today. People are still practicing it. And it may be a case of maybe the couple don't have the funds. The reason why for this practice, even now, because in those days, we can't just say, the reason why for this practice is because they don't want to bring in somebody that does not have the family blood. You see, that is why they practice this. At least so that if that man dies, the child of the girl they kept back will be able to inherit the man's property. Yeah, or suppose for the man, you know, and the girl will no longer marry. Sometimes the girl will no longer marry. Yes, because in the case whereby the father or the parents are not dead, the girl now becomes like a father who has children under her. The woman now is now a woman will join the male folk to be doing other things male do in the society. Yes. And in the community, she will not join the women organization. She will join the male organization. Whatever the men are doing is what she will be doing because she is like a man now. Traditionally, she is a man, but by nature, she is a woman. But traditionally, she is a man because she was able to, at least to survive that family, so that the name of that family will not wipe out from the face of the earth. So that is why it is called Nhachi. You have a question? All right, you are free?
Yeah, you now always have a question. And my question
Yeah.
might be that maybe I don't agree to the culture. As you are talking, I'm tearing. You can see I'm really tearing up. Because I'm so happy to be an Igbo woman. But I don't know why most of our cultures doesn't favor the women. I was about asking the question if the woman will be allowed to marry in future, but you said it that no, she will not be allowed to marry in future. My second question, now that was supposed to be my first question. Now my second question will be, what if the lady, the girl in question, who the family has chosen against her will to stay in her father's house, in order to protect the name of the family? Okay, what if she didn't have a male child? Maybe she had 10 kids, and among that 10, there is no male child. Will they take another male child against her wish to stay home and continue trying to protect the name of the family?
Good question. Let me answer it straight. If maybe the girl that was kept back give birth to female children all through, and it happens that the parents are not dead, the girl can go out there and marry a girl from outside and bring her back home in that compound to protect that family's name. She's free to marry another woman. That is why in Igbo land, a woman can marry a woman. Does not mean that they are practicing the kind of ungodly thing, But maybe if the girl was forced out of her will, it's a kind of an agreement. If you call her and she says no, and because there is no way, if they are 5 or 4 or 6, there is no way all of them will say no because of what is happening in our society today. One amongst them may agree, may consent to that very offer and stay back in order to protect the family's name. That is it. One must agree. And I don't think she will not get married again because she'll be there as a man, directing the children to at least like a father. Yeah. But if she gives birth to female children, not true, she's free to go out there and marry another woman in her father's name. Now, the question some people will ask now is, who will be responsible in, impregnating the girl? It becomes another question. Yes, because a woman cannot, impregnate a fellow woman. That is where you will see that girl, the family can now come together and agree to appoint one man in the community. Yes, yes, that is it. Yeah, that is their tradition. So it is a kind of tradition that has been in practice even till now. Even church did not stop this one. Christianity did not stop this one because every family is struggling to protect their lineage. So that is why it is still into practice today. But now, some family are now, moving away from that practice, especially those of them that if you find a neketabo, what they do now is, see, let me just say this before I say what I want to say. Our culture does not marginalize the interest of a woman in the society. Yes, our culture favors women. We are not trying to marginalize their interests. Well, we are not trying to go against their own way. No. It is a kind of offer. It's an option. Can you do this? If you say no, another person may pick up that very offer. But some girls do it. Oh yeah, they do it. People do that to protect the family's lineage, the family name. Because if other when you come to the family, the compound, everywhere, nobody to take care of the home again. That is when you will see some evil kinsmen trying to, take over your father's property. That is why they are doing all this, okay? Yeah, that is why they are doing all these things. So our culture favors women so much. We respect them, even as a matter, we respect them so much. Yeah, we respect them so much. So that is the practice we do today. But today, like I was trying to say before, I then cut it off to comment on this. Today, some people are moving away from this practice, from this very tradition. They now go and adopt a baby in their name. And that adoption must be done legitimately. Legitimately. If you adopt a baby, especially if you are the first son, and you adopt a male child, you must inform your siblings, your family, your kinsmen, that this child you adopted is in your name and will answer your name. And that by no how or by no means should anybody call that child an illegitimate child. Or ask a question?
Wisdom Honest, you have a question, you are welcome to lean on me with Passion TV.
All right. Mr. Wisdom Honest, yeah, please ask a question.
Can you hear me? Okay, I'll let you go. Maybe you can go out and come back again, okay?
Anybody is free to ask me a question based on this now,
Yes.
because we are studying pure tradition. This one has nothing to do with Ofo or get part. So, anybody is free to ask me a question. You see, there is no tribe in this earth under heaven that does not have their own way of life, their own culture, their own tradition. And every tribe's traditional culture is unique. It's unique, you see. And there is no tradition that is better than another tribe's tradition. Because some people, when they hear this, they say, Igbo tribe, is this how people behave? This is very bad, this is not good. No. You don't condemn a particular people's or tribe's tradition. The only thing you can react to it, and if there is a kind of correction, advice, or encourage or question that you need to ask, like finding out why practicing this very custom, why this tradition, why is it that these people cannot do without this? That's when you come in, you ask the question, we answer you. So everybody is free to ask questions based on this Nhachi. But this day, like I said, in those days we don't adopt. Igbo people we don't adopt. Ayana adoption. Ayana Gemia, we don't do that. All this civilization matter for, because in those days if you adopt a baby, the baby automatically is still a slave. He's a slave. No matter what you say, he's a slave. Because we are putting our tradition from where we come from, the Israel. When you read the Bible, you come across where Abraham, when he was asking God a question concerning the promise God made to him. Abraham at the time asked God a question and inquired from God. That's a kind of an inquiry to know the mind of God. He said, since you've not given me any male child that comes from my blood, can't I use Ebenezer, my male slave, as mine son that will inherit my property? God said no. God said no. Remember, Abraham had adopted him, but God said no. But this time, because of civilization and the development and the modernization, everything is now being modernized. You can adopt a baby in your name and the baby will be answering your name. It's no longer a crime, in Igbo culture. So Mr. Nhachi said, I asked my brother questions about this. Not good. Oh, are you saying it's not good? Maybe, yeah, he's saying this based on the age we are in now, in this contemporary time. But in those is a kind of a very nice practice. Hey, very nice. Even some families are still practicing it today. Yeah, even now in this new generation, they are still practicing it. But I don't want to, mention names. Not that people told me. I have seen several places such a thing is being practiced in Igbo land. Yeah, and the family survived. The family survived. And the girl they kept back is even enjoying it. She's not even complaining. She's happy that she was able to at least protect the lineage, the family's lineage from dying. Yes. She was able to bring back, or at least to answer the father's name. and to save the family from being written off from the face of the earth. So anybody is free to ask me a question. Nani, I can see your face. You are not comfortable with this. You know,
No,
let's look at
you know definitely there is nothing that will make me to be comfortable with most of our tradition. Yeah, you know I'm a family, so no, when it doesn't look all right to me, I don't think it's all right. You know,
I'm also
talking about the lady not complaining. Who told you? She might be
no,
complaining to her friends.
no, she isn't complaining.
Yeah,
She's not.
because her friends might be looking at her differently. And you think she's not complaining. Who told you that she don't want to do her girly thing out there with her friends? Because she said that she will no longer be seen in the community of women, but men. Akụ ekwe n'obodo nwaanyị esoro jee ekwe ụmụnna a na-akpọ ụmụnna osoro jee akụkọ nke ndị nne a ga-afụ ya ebe anwa, and she had all these babies, all these kids from her womb. I don't know who told Igbos about this culture that they started practicing. Thank God you said that civilization and Christianity is changing a lot of things. And I'm very glad to hear that. Why is it only Igbos? Why is it only we? I see it as being selfish because I have a family friend. He's from Edo State. If Edo is a state, yeah, if from Edo State. So he have two female children. One is a nurse, one is a barrister, and that is all he have in his whole wide world. I remember talking with him. We talked at a length. He's doing good for himself. The wife is doing good for herself. They are living in this country where I am. And I remember one day we talked extensively when he told me that he's blessed with two girls. One is a nurse, one is a barrister. If you see how he was flaunting these children on the phone to me, I was like, you don't have a male child? He told me that if not that I asked him now, he never in his wildest dream thought about it. Like, if a male child, if he was supposed to have maybe supposed to have a male child, or maybe if the male children will make a difference from what the two girls had made in the family. They are both successful, are married, having their kids, living good, and he's going around the world with their wife. He asked me, my sister, all this thing wey una dey do, una wey be Igbo dey do, who teach una? And that is the question I'm asking you now. Where you knows it all. Who
All right.
taught us of this culture?
I want to answer that question. Exactly. Let me answer that question. Let me put it in English. Every tribe has their own way of life. And their own way of life makes them happy. Their culture is unique to them. Our culture is unique to us. And I told us when I was about to start that in Igbo land, a female child is important. Is your blood. Very, very much important because God gave that child to you. But there is a kind of grading in childbearing in the family in Igbo land, which states that no matter how powerful a female child is in the society. No matter how great, a male child is much better than a female child, because it is that male child can you hear me? Because it is that male child that will protect the family's lineage, will continue it, will continue that very lineage. Yeah, and this very practice is sacrosanct. It has been there even before this generation came to be. And we didn't just wake up and start practicing this very tradition. This is a tradition that our forefathers have been practicing right from time immemorial, and we are also practicing it. So, but if maybe by providence God gave you female children, not true, you don't throw them away, but they are another man's property according to Igbo tradition. They will all get married someday. They will get married, and when they are all gone to their husband's home to continue their destiny, who takes care of the Obi? Who will stay in the Obi? Who will answer the father's name again? That is the problem. That is why we are practicing this. We are not saying that a female child is not important. There was a time last year when we were kind of debating about this. Why is it that a male child is much important in the society than a female child, especially in Igbo land? And I say something that no matter how we claim to be like America, we can never be like America. That today the Igbo people are trying to be like Nhachi, civilization. It is part of us. Even if that person pretends that nothing happens, that man will still be crying in his heart because there is something he is losing, a male child, and which he must pray to God to give him a male child. That is why whenever your parents or your father is blessing you during your traditional marriage, he will pray for God to bless you with male and female children, mixture, not female children, not male children, because each gender plays its own part. Yes. Okay. So that is it. That is why our tradition is so unique to us, and we love it. We love it so much. That is why you will see somebody who gave birth to 5 children, or female. The person will be struggling to give birth to a male child. If that person does not give birth to a male child, the person will go and adopt a male child that will, keep the family lineage on. So that when you come back home, you see a man in your house. Because one day, all sexes are not the same. Let's not say that. Madam Social Mentor, all sexes are not the same. God created the male and female. I'm a feminist, but in this very topic now, all sexes are not the same. There is a role a man plays in a family that a woman cannot play such a role. Oh yeah, there are many of them. Oh yeah. In Igbo tradition, I want to say it. In Igbo tradition, a woman has no rights to talk about landed property in the family. A woman has no rights. Why are you No, never.
Thank God is only in Igbo. Only in Igbo land. Selfishness.
Another one. A woman can never be crowned a king. Never. No matter how great the woman is. A woman can never carry the authority of a family. It's impossible. So it can't happen.
Forget about your father. Thank God. Who is the Queen of England? Who is the Queen of England? Is it not
So
a good?
there was a mix up. You know, their own mentality. Their own mentality.
Selfish.
And
Igbos, we are selfish. If you don't want to agree, I will agree for you all. We are selfish.
no, Igbos are not selfish. Even though that their pain is kind of I don't know how to put it. They still appoint prime minister to represent them in the world. Oh yes,
The prime minister can be either of the sex. It doesn't matter. The prime minister can be either of the sex.
Mommy, you see, this is
the queen. Remember, the queen is the person that her picture, her name is on the passport of the whole country.
That is their own culture.
Thank God for civilization. Thank God for
even before
education.
Jesus.
Education has really broke into Igbo's culture because the culture is not favorable to the both parties. That is why education and civilization could break into it.
You see, there's something I want to say. No matter how civilization tries to change this very impression, it can never, penetrate into this very tradition in Igbo land. I say it is sacrosanct. It can
right now.
England is England, and their own culture is their own culture. In Igbo land, the woman can never be a king. In Igbo land, the woman can never be a king. A woman can never be. And even God did not make it that way. When we read the Bible, God did not make it that way. That the woman will control the man. Never. A woman must be under a man. A man must be a king. Yes. That's how God created it. That's how God created it to be. So, and that's why we are doing such a thing. That's why we are doing it. Yeah, even in Israel, there has not been a time a woman ruled as the head of the kingdom. It's men. Even Josiah, as little as he was, a boy of 8 years, was crowned a king. Atalia, the stepmother or the grandmother, who was the kind of a role, was sidelined.
Are you an Israel?
Yeah.
You are talking about Igbo.
No. By origin. Oh yeah. Origin. So that is why our culture can never be like Nhachi. We can never be like Nhachi. Nhachi can never be like us. That is why they try to do all these things to change it. This gender equality. In Igbo culture, we say no. It can never be the same. There must be a rank. A man can never be in level 15 and when the woman will be in level 15. No, it is not good. I don't support that. Even God hates that. God hates it. That is not how God made it to be. That is not how God made it to be. God made it that a man must be above a woman must be under a man. And that a man is also important in the society. That is it. If we are to have this kind of thinking that male, female, one day, who knows, the number of men will be diminishing, and the women will then feed the whole world.
So that is what you all are scared of. That is what you are scared of, right? Don't worry. I am
not even not that we are scared. I'm proud to be a man, and I thank God I'm a man. But that is our tradition. That is our tradition. So, and God made it that way, and we are happy that God made it that way. So that is it.
Okay.
Any other question? So, Madam, please, I believe the blood of Igbo runs in our vein. Let's not just allow Ndocha to deceive us.
Social mentor he's a guy.
Oh, social mentor, a guy. Because if he's an Igbo, please. Our tradition states that a woman is important in the society, but a man is much important because one, like if I'm a woman, I will not answer my father's name forever. I will answer my husband's name. That is how it is. No matter that maybe my name like Okonjo Iwala. You see? It's answered Okonjo as the father's name, Iwala as the husband's name. No matter how a woman, you must answer your husband's name. And that is how God made it to be, the order of creation. So man is important, a woman is important, but man is much important. We are not debating anyway, but it's because of our tradition. God just made it that way. And we thank God for this tradition. It is good. It is good. It is good. It is good. So, any question to this before we run it or call it a day? All right. I know that some people may be thinking, especially our brother in the ndị kengola mmiri ndị ọcha ọbanye ha n'okporo fachefize na fabụ ndị Igbo. I don't know. Uche nọ n'ọtaba. I pray that unu ga-anata because unu ekwela ka ndị ọcha megharịa ya anya. Unu ekwela ka ndị ọcha megharịa ya anya. Omenala anyị bụ omenala anyị. You see? And that is why we see, I want us to be promoting our tradition, even to ndị ọcha. So that when they ask you, why is it that you people say, this is our life. This is our way of life. Well, we cannot change it because of you people. Because they can't change their own life because of us. It is our life. But the only one who frowns at is the one that marginalizes the interests, the rights, the will of a woman. We are against that now. But anyone that does not interfere, nor even try to violate women's rights, to infringe her rights in the society, we promote that. But anyone that infringes a woman's right in the society, I am against that. I am against that. But in this one, that has to do with a male and female in the society, no. This one is how God made it to be. And we fear God and we respect God. We will not respect this one too. It is sacrosanct. Nothing can change it. Nothing can change it. So thank you, Mommy. I know this one is you don't know what you're just I don't know. You're not comfortable with this, but that is how God that is how God made it to be, and nothing can change it. You see, nothing can change it. That is why anytime I pray, I say, God, thank you for making me to be a man. I'm happy to. I'm proud to be a man. Not that I hate women. Women are good. Onye ọbụla nwere nke ọ na-arụ. Ya ghọtago n'ezinụlọ nwaanyị nwere ọrụ ọ na-arụ. Nwoke nwere ọrụ arụ. I pray that God will give me female children. Even as a matter of fact, female children they take care of the father more than the male children. That is why a woman will be crying, God give me a male child, because the male children take care of the mother. Female one take care of the father. So I'm praying that God will give me female children and also male, so that when the male will forget me, the female will not forget me. They will be taking care of me in my old age. I need them. I need them. So that is how it is. You see? So thank you so much. Mommy, don't be feel comfortable. Feel comfortable. Relax. It is our tradition, and nothing can change it. Okay. So for those of you that are not comfortable with this, don't let the civilization of Ndiocha to see. This is why in this further part, Okonkwo was fighting against this thing, this gender equality. Okonkwo fought against this gender equality, fought against it at the time Hanokaya in things fell apart. And I'm not that Okonkwo anyway, but I'm still saying that female child is important, but a male child is much important. In Igbo tradition, particularly in Igbo tradition, not Yoruba nor Hausa, in Igbo tradition, we are Hebrews, and that is why we practice it. So thank you so much for today. Next time, we are going to study another topic that is also important and important. But then the topic will be communicated to you, will be announced. So, mommy, thank you so much. Feel comfortable, okay? Feel comfortable. When we started, you are happy. You are happy praising daddy, praising him. Yes. If daddy is not in that family, and it's only female, woman and the wives, in here maybe things will spoil. But because he is there, you see how the family, is moving. Everything now got so. Yes, it's because I will work there. You see, so and it's very good. Man is important. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. What back again? Oh, I'm gonna lie there.
Thank you, my brother Solomon. You know that there are a lot of customs and tradition that I frown at, and I'll keep running at it. I'm sorry. Igbos, forgive me. Igbo cultures, please forgive me. Yeah, I'll keep running at that because I love civilization. I love how things are going right now. Just imagine me now. It's someone keeping me back in my father's house just to maintain the name of the family.
Yeah,
How about
it's
Azulu?
important.
Because if they keep me at home, who will marry my husband? Just think about it. You, they deprive one person from marrying the love of their life. Thank you so much. We always love your teaching. You are the best.
All right. Bye bye for
All
now.
right. Okay. Bye for now. Let you go. Yes. Oh, thank you so much, my beautiful viewers, students, honorable students all around the world. I know a lot of us are not comfortable with this topic. You can see that I am not like really, really voting for that, but is our culture, is Igbo culture. That's why we're talking about it. We want the new generation to know how far we have come. Igbos, we have come a long way. There are a lot of things some happenings that are happening right now in Igbo land, that those days it was a taboo. You can't even mention it. But today, thank God for civilization and thank God for Christianity. A lot is changing. A lot has changed. And we pray that more will keep changing. With the gender equality of a thing in Igbo land, hey, the men still hold high esteem of it. But I know that very, very soon, one day, they'll wake up and ask themselves, does it mean that we've been in dark for all these years? And God will help us. Yeah. I won't tell the Igbos not to practice their culture, but all I will say is that I am glad for civilization. Civilization has come to stay, and nothing will eradicate civilization. So with that, I say thank you so much for joining me today on today's program, and I will see you all tomorrow. What time? 6 p.m. Nigeria time. Okay, we'll see tomorrow. And don't forget, on 24th of July will be the birthday real celebration. Remember, I put out there that because of the problem I had last week, we couldn't give out the recharge card. So please come one, come all. Come next on 24th of July. You will be getting your recharge card. I want to use it for my husband's celebration. And if you have not put in application for the skills, please put in application. Two lucky people will be paid for. I told you that someone has already paid for one person. So I know that someone will pay for another person that I don't have to pay out of pocket. So for the 24th of July, we'll be paying for two people to learn any skill of their choices. Okay? Keep bringing in your application and keep hoping for the best. Let me tell you, very soon, very soon, very, very soon, we will all need our certificate. Certificate to certificate. Until I see you tomorrow, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. Remember, I love you all yesterday. And I love you all today, even with the topic we are treating, Nhachi. And I we I will always, always love you.